Hey guys, it's Hayden again here coming at you with another video. And today what I'm going to talk about is basically kind of what I've been going through in the past week or so. Since my simplicity video, a lot's happened. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that and some of the lessons that I learned from those experiences. So since my simplicity video, I kind of slipped into a depression kind of state. When I was getting rid of a lot of my old beliefs and reevaluating some of those things, I think it kind of brought me into more of a depressed state because I was trimming down a lot of things and structuring, putting a lot of structures, like sort of black and white filters on certain things that I had in my thoughts and things. So I was putting myself into a box kind of, which wasn't necessarily beneficial for mental health. Like generally you want to be a little bit more fluid and have some more flexibility in how you operate. But I was very clear on my intention of getting rid of a lot of stuff. And it was helpful because I was able to get through some belief systems that I needed to reevaluate and sort of reconsider if they actually were helpful for me or not. But I was getting rid of like everything, so I basically didn't believe in anything anymore, or at least like that's where I was moving towards. And so I was just very focused on just going to work and just focusing on physical things like making food and stuff, and not at all connecting with anything that was spiritual or anything that was sort of dreamy or abstract. And so that was kind of the juice of life is sort of in those creative things, those more fluid and dynamic things that kind of show up. And so I kind of left those out. But when I was in that deeper state of kind of a depressed state, I was asking a lot of questions that were kind of interesting and gave some interesting insights into reality for me, at least. And I was thinking about how it's amazing how everything exists, that like we exist, that everything is in some sense of order. There's trees and plants and different animals and things. And I was wondering, why am I human? Why did I come down as a human? Why not any other animal? Like, it's really incredible to think that, like, I don't know. To me, it's just amazing that we all exist and that we have bodies and that everything works, that everything's like, you can eat food and then it turns into energy. Like, that's just incredible. And I don't know. I had a dream a while ago about, I dreamed that I was a shaman, and as I was coming out of the dream, I was like slowly waking up. I was waking up into my body, but in my dream, I was dreaming the reality I was coming into. So I was waking up into a dream, in my dream, but I was waking up into this reality. So that was kind of suggesting that this reality is a dream. And that's not to say that this reality isn't important. This reality is important, just as any other state of being is. But it just kind of put things into perspective, and it kind of didn't freak me out, but it was definitely like surprising. Like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And I've kind of been thinking about reality as that in some ways, and that's sort of why I was talking, or that's one reason why I think I was asking those questions about what is like we're humans and stuff, and there's all these different things, but it just seems so like well crafted and well put together. I know people have been thinking about this kind of question for a long time, and that's why there's so many different stories about creation and how things are put together and why we exist and stuff. But it was a kind of interesting question to ask, and it made me think about how beautifully and intricately designed this world is. It's really incredible. And even though I was feeling kind of depressed during that time, I still had a feeling of like appreciation for living, like just like realizing how much of a gift it is to be alive, like to have this body and to be in this life. It's a pretty precious thing. It's kind of hard to like explain. I could just sense that like there's just so much to be learned and so much like stuff to do in this life that like I have a mission of some sort, it felt like, to do. And everybody does have like some sort of mission to do, or some sort of learning that they signed up for, I think. And I could just kind of feel that, and it was interesting to sense that, and still feel kind of depressed, but know that my life is important, and I'm learning things like every day. Like every day I'm going through something, or every day that I experience something, I'm learning something important for my development, and that was pretty cool. So moving forward, I definitely did sort of trim out some of the things from my belief system, mostly just like really abstract kind of theories and things like that, mostly involving like just, I don't know, things that don't necessarily impact me on a day-to-day basis. I don't think it's really worth thinking about things that aren't really relevant to what's going to impact your life. And it's fun to have like fun with different things, like different ideas and stuff, but to get too serious about something that doesn't really impact you is kind of useless in my opinion. So I kind of got rid of some of that stuff. And I'm starting to feel more confident in myself to do things that I was afraid to do before. I've been told by a lot of people that I'm kind of a teacher, and I've kind of had a hard time accepting that role because I feel like I don't have anything of value to share with people. And every time I tell that to people, they kind of roll their eyes and they're like, Hayden, you've already shared so much and it's helped a lot of people. And it's kind of hard to realize because our stories are like our own, but we swim in it. It's kind of like a fish in water. It's like, well, the fish doesn't see the value of water because he's swimming in it. But I guess, when you go through your own experiences, you have your own experiences and lessons to teach other people and to help them along their path. And so I guess I'm starting to realize that even though it may not feel like I have a lot to share, I actually do. So kind of trusting that, and I might take up a role in a group, to facilitate a group, to start it off and get the ball rolling as far as teaching, and then to continue making posts on this channel to share myself and to hopefully help other people find their truth and connect with whatever they're going through, and hopefully integrate some things that they've had a hard time integrating. So yeah, that's kind of been what's going on with me, and I'm gonna keep on. I think I'm still sort of reflecting on some of the belief system stuff, and I'll probably add more or trim off some. I think a lot of insight sort of came from that reevaluation of my belief system. So it's going to be kind of a constant process, obviously, for the rest of my life. But I think it was an important thing for me to go through to reconsider what direction I'm going in. So I hope that what I talked about today was helpful for you. It was kind of free form. I'm not really sure if I'm going to edit any of this. I think I like kind of just talking and then posting it. So that might be what I do. But if you're related to anything that I talked about today, feel free to comment, and if you'd like to see more content from me, subscribe. And don't forget to seek your truth and make time for yourself. All right, see you guys next time.